Hello, Incineration Nation. Your boy actually finally figured out how to turn the camera on himself. All right. All right. Here we are today at yet another place where I can actually think and not feel sick to my stomach, and talk to you guys about our next chapter here. Okay. Hope everyone's doing well. I just was watching Aaron and Natalie talk about sharks. Santa Monica Bay is the one of the largest great white breeding grounds on this planet. This is where all the pregnant mamas come and let them rip. So, but yeah, and you never hear anyone getting eaten back, over here. So I think you guys are good. Hi, Rachel. Hi, Lorraine. This is really happening. All right. Thanks for coming. Hi, J-Bat. I love that cat you got on there, by the way, on your avatar. It looks like mine. Hi, CB. Hi, Pink. Thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate it. It is a beautiful day today. And you guys and my surroundings here give me the strength to keep doing this. So I'm going to keep on keeping on here. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Okay. So today, rather being in Maui, all right. Elementus. This is Santa Monica. The wind's picking up a little bit. I hope it's not loud on the phone. I think I need to get one of those little mics that make that not a problem. Don't forget, everybody, 7 days ago I didn't have a single clue regarding literally anything regarding YouTube, except how to watch Aaron's show and Natalie and the rest of you guys. Yes, it's Santa Monica Pier. Yes, it is. Okay. All right. So let's do a little recap here. Okay. A quick little recap I think is really important, especially for those who may have missed, or haven't seen my last few lives where I'm going through all this. And by the way, I did such an amazing job of burying all this. There's another course I forgot I took. Keeping Scientology working. But I guess it's not that bad, because I buried it and it's 45 years ago. So, I have an excuse. Okay. So, let's see here. Who else is in here? Catching. Whoops. Hold on. Let me take something here. Now I should be able to see a little better. Okay. All right. Okay. So, what are all the things that that the cult ingrains in you, from the start, in order to allow them to ensnarl you, in their disgusting web? Let's do a little recap on that, because it's really, really important. So up to this point, we learned that we pull in, quote unquote, we cause, all the horrible things that happen to us. Okay? If someone hits you in the back of the head with a pipe, that's because you got it coming, right? Ridiculous. Okay. But, I mean, they go out of their way to get all of this into your head before they even let you see Tom Cruise's favorite chicken scratch known as KSW, Keeping Scientology Working. Okay? And we only stop a field of study because we pass a word we don't understand. Not because it sucks and is absolutely inapplicable to anything. You are a potential trouble source to anyone the cult doesn't like. And that person is suppressive. See how convenient this stuff is? Name another church that has to make sure all these T's are crossed and I's are dotted so no one has to take responsibility for anything before they put the hammer down. Unreal. So that's a real important one there, okay? They come up with a name for speaking ill, of the cult. It's called natter, okay? They came up with a name for karma. They call it overt motivator sequence. Only confessing, that's to say, writing up your overts and withholds can keep the karma train from crashing into you. And also you learn that only Scientology can handle life's problems. There are no exceptions. Okay? They've trained you to do things you do not want to do. And to make others do what they don't want to do. Boy, that sounds healthy. And all of this is 100% necessary to get you prepped, okay, for KSW. I'm going to turn my chair over this way. Hold on. Toes in the sand. All right, check. Oh, that feels good. Okay. What a beautiful day. Okay. Thank you, Rachel. Yeah, Michelle. I got about 2,000 yards of beach to myself. This works. I'll give you guys a quick, so you can scope this real quick. Hold on. All right. And the sand is warm. All right. Do. Now, this is what I like to call elbow room. Spread out. If I was a mile tall, I'd have plenty of room. Okay. Do. I hope this guy finds something good. Probably only get about a token to a Pac-Man game. Let's see. Do. All right, that's a 360. Okay. All right. Let me see if I can. All right. This is a little better. Let me see here. All right. Hi, Sue. All right. Okay. And, so keeping Scientology working. This is the policy you suffer through at the beginning of every course hereafter. I don't actually recall though if it was HQS or Student Hat when that started. But regardless, you never again don't start every course that you're going to take on the bridge with this horrific policy letter. But it really is the programming that kicks, it sort of kicks everything before it into gear, okay? And it's sort of the reason they had to give you all that crap I recapped with first. This is the programming that kicks, everything up, and they start getting, the kid gloves come off, you know what I mean? It's sort of like a psychotic tune-up. That you need to keep acting a fool. And that's why they give it to you, before every course. So I thought it's important for me to share some of it with you. Because it's pretty simple. Like there's no culty nomenclature involved. It's a real simple thing. But let me read you a part that I think is really important. Okay, just so you get LRH's words on this and not mine, and then we'll go from there. Okay. Every time I see the weak network connection, I'm just going to stop talking. So when it comes back on, you haven't missed anything, okay? But it could come on when I'm reading or something, and maybe, I could miss it. But anyway, okay. So, here we go. This is keeping Scientology working. The finest organizations in history have been tough, dedicated organizations. Not one namby-pamby bunch of panty-waist dilettantes have ever made anything. It's a tough universe. The social veneer makes it seem mild, but only the tigers survive, and even they have a hard time. We'll survive because we're tough and are dedicated. When we do instruct someone properly, he becomes more and more tiger. When we instruct half-mindedly and are afraid to offend, scared to enforce, we don't make students into good Scientologists. And that lets everybody down. When Mrs. Pattycake comes to us to be taught, turn that wandering doubt in her eye into a fixed, dedicated glare, and she'll win, and we'll all win. Humor her, and we all die a little. The proper instruction attitude is, you're here, so you're a Scientologist. Now we're going to make you into an expert auditor, no matter what happens. We'd rather have you dead than incapable. We're not playing some minor game in Scientology. It isn't cute or something to do for lack of something better. The whole agonized future of this planet, every man, woman, and child on it, and your own destiny for the next endless trillions of years depends on what you do here and now with and in Scientology. This is a deadly serious activity. And if we miss getting out of the trap now, we may never again have another chance. Remember, this is our first chance to do so in all the endless trillions of years of the past. This, okay, that's the end of what I'm going to read on that. This is the policy. Okay, this is the cherry on top of all the other BS that we've been discussing and going over. Okay, this is the cherry. Because this is what allows everyone to be an absolute a-hole. Okay? And send you to ethics if you refuse to come in on your day off or whatever, right? This, when all else fails, you just throw this up. Okay? This is what Middle Tooth Cruz was talking about when he shared with everyone that he's truly... Okay, this is literally what Cruz shared, that when he showed everyone he's actually insane, like legitimately nuts. Okay, and I also did the KSW 1 course. I did that before Golden Age of Tech. And for everyone who doesn't know, that's like mid-90s. I forget, 95, 96, 97, somewhere in there. David Miscavige decided to take LRH's perfectly unworkable technology and make it worse. Okay? Which is really hard to do. You got to give that little guy some credit. That ain't easy. You know, you give me any LRH and say, make this worse, and I don't know how. I don't know how. I don't have a clue. Hey, Fluffer Squirrel. So great to see you. Hi, Stephanie. Hi, Ace Lover. Hi, Lorraine. And so let's go over some of those. Absolutely egregious things here and what they really mean, okay? Because it's sort of, he's not using Scientologies, but you have to have been you had to suffer at the hands of this cult to understand how to read between the lines of this thing, okay? So yeah, it's a tough universe, but only the tigers survive, and even they have a hard time. So what he's really saying is, we're going to put a foot so far up your butt, and you're going to say nothing about it. You're going to ask for more, okay? If you really want to win. And so this way, when you start crying about anything, they can say, come on, man. You know, are you in this or aren't you? You know? Do you have any intention on getting well? Or are you just trying to, you know, rock Band-Aids? And all they need to do is just point to this policy. You see? They don't have to grab 16 books and show you where he says blah, 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 and this one and that one. Escaping, that's a great point. First tenet of KSW is that the tech is correct. Strange that Miscavige needed to change it. Oh, that's great. But yeah, I didn't even want to go over the 10 points because they're just so ridiculous. But anyone who wants to, it's, you know, you got to basically there's 10 points that could be said in 1 point, okay, which is only do what LRH says to the syllable. End game. But he takes 10 points to say that. Because he's good that way. He used to get paid by the word, right? So what are you going to do? Michelle, you're totally right. That's why they cannot hit you with this until they've already sort of sogged your brain out with the rest of this nonsense, that we went over first, right? They've covered every base possible, and then you coat it with this, and it's over. It's over. There's nothing. There's nowhere to go. Nothing to do. Okay, you either can't confront it, and because if you say something bad, right, you're nattering. That's out ethics. You did something. You have an overt, right? Anyone who says anything they don't like is an SP, and then whoever's connected to them is a potential trouble source. Okay. And the only way things get better is if you rat yourself out. And isn't it funny how escaping Maze, how overt motivator sequence, right, doesn't apply to the cult itself. Okay. So when they have protesters, with chalk and everything else, and having barbecues in front of AO and putting the clear cognition on the street and etc. It's not their fault. It's because we're bad people. And like I say, this wouldn't work if you were in a this wouldn't work if you were in a vacuum. Okay. The reason this works, because I know it still sounds like, well, the reason this works is because you're around a bunch of other people, okay, who are doing it. And, each day that you put in it it just sort of becomes less weird, okay? And you're also going to find out that whole, you can be anything, you can be a Lutheran, you can be a Christian, you can be a whatever. That all goes out the window, okay? This is where that goes out the window. So they've already said they can treat you like crap. And then, and the reason we're going to survive is because we're tough and dedicated. Okay? We are tough donkeys ready to take an ass whooping. When we do instruct someone properly, he becomes more tiger. So if I make you do what I tell you to do, you become better. You see? See how that works? And so that if I train you to use the dark side of the force on everybody else, you also get stronger. Okay? All right, Sweden in the house. Thanks for coming, Magnus. When we instruct half-mindedly and are afraid to offend, scared to enforce, we don't make students into good Scientologists, and that lets everybody down. Well, how does that work if you had proper TRs, right? If you were speaking to someone in a way that was kind, and you're in present time, and and you're making sense, etc. Why is there a problem? Like there should never be a need, for anyone to be a jerk off. And like I've said before, I've never seen people with worse communication if they're upset. You would think it was, you would think a third grader taught everybody, how to throw a fit, how to deflect, and just bash everyone close to them. It's incredible. But this basically gives you full power to do any nonsense you feel like you need to do. And you see how he's already making fun and belittling those who could ever say, anything bad about this, right? You're Mrs. Patty Cake. If you don't want to be in course 7 days a week and have your checks go directly to their bank. Turn that wandering doubt in her eye into a fixed, dedicated glaze, and she'll win and we'll all win. Well, we could also all win if we just hit a camera in any practical course room and in any academy and watch people scream at ashtrays or yell at the wall. I'd love to see somebody, what's that sales book, Zig Ziglar or whatever the hell it is? I'd love to see someone try to make a sale after that. Good God. So yeah, if you punch everyone in the nose, we all win, right? We're gonna spend every minute studying communication. We're going to take every minute to study communication so that we can resort to punching people in the nose and throwing them in the hole. And that should show you, without any doubt, what those TRs are for. Okay? It has nothing to do with communication. It has to do with you being able to take the beat. Because as you can see, they don't use that confront to handle any of the protesters. Okay? Hell, heaven forbid you tried the universal solvent communication and tried to go speak with somebody. The guards will pull you right out of there. Someone will pull you right out of there. Okay? So it obviously has nothing to do with that. It's just so they can put you in that space where you can make other people do what they don't want to do, and you yourself will do stuff you don't want to do. Okay. Humor her, and we all die a little, right? So don't be nice about anything. You're here, so you're a Scientologist. Now we're going to make you into an expert auditor no matter what happens. Do you see how that wouldn't work with anything? I mean, I don't care what it was. If it was a cooking class, if it was jiu-jitsu, you couldn't use that theory with anything. People would go, what? Yeah, I'm going to show you how to make a frittata, okay? And I'm going to start by giving you a left hook. And then screaming at you. It's just absurd, okay? No matter what happens. And then one of the most disgusting things I've ever read in this entire place, we're coming up to a couple of those lines. Yeah, but we'd rather have you dead than incapable. I don't know if he ever wrote anything more disgusting than that, quite simply. I mean, was that really necessary? Like he didn't lay it on thick enough before that? How about we'd rather choke the crap out of you, than have you not give us more money? What? We're not playing some minor game in Scientology. It isn't cute or something to do for lack of something better. The whole agonized future of this planet, every man, woman, and child on it, and your own destiny, okay? Not for the next, summer, for the next endless trillions of years. Depending on what you do here and now. And within Scientology. Talk about laying it on, baby. This is a deadly serious activity. That's probably the only true thing Ron ever said. Because that's absolutely true. This mind control is deadly serious. That is not a joke. It destroys everything. Nothing positive can live in this environment. Okay? Something as simple as, me doing what I feel like whenever I please, right? Is people in the Sea Org couldn't possibly dream of this. How the hell are you on the beach at 2 o'clock or whatever, chilling? What? With a cold brew, coffee, like, what? Shouldn't you be, no, you should be, you heard cruise, you need to be, you can't go on a vacation. There's too much to do. I got to yell at the wall. Okay? Magnus, that's beautiful. Scientology equals layers on layers of stink and rot. What a perfect way of saying it. Amy, catching up on 2 times speed. All right. Power lies to paralyze. People close to LRH said when he wrote KSW was when the darkness began. I believe it. I mean, it had to begin before that, but yeah, I get it. That's, like I said, none of this, nothing in Scientology or government is by accident. Let's put it like that. Escaping Falcon's Maze says, I had forgotten about that ashtray story. I don't want to take you off topic. It's okay. I can go back. But what do people think is happening when they are commanding inanimate objects to move? No one gets to see that unless they're already basically tanked themselves. That's why there is an LA Day, okay? So you can go in there, and feign normalcy, okay? And if we miss getting out of the trap now, we may never again have another chance. Oh, Lord. This is the first chance we've had in the endless trillions of years, okay, to do this. And again, this is just, some David Copperfield nonsense. Like, he's never telling you, okay, we got to get to the top of this mountain. It's always some BS. He's never telling you we got to get to the top, the top of this mountain, and this is how we're going to do it, or, like, make a plan. Even if it was a plan like Shawshank Redemption, here's a plastic ice cream spoon or whatever, dig your way out. It's going to take 20 years. Well, at least that gives us an idea of what we're up against, okay? When you say something like clearing the planet, and that's whenever you have a goal that's just absurdly general, okay? I wouldn't doubt that 80% of the people on this planet do not make even 1/5 of the money that you would have to make to go up the bridge. Let alone the money you need to do it 3 or 4 times, because every time, little Davy adds a comma or a semicolon or, takes one out, you got to do it again or buy it again. Okay? And, we're talking about this is, never forget when I'm talking, this is simply mind control. Like, if you look outside of that box, it'll get confusing, and you lose the prize, right? When you mistreat people for a long time, or it's hard to mistreat people for a long time, rather. You can do it for a short period, and then most people are going to fight back or leave, right? Fight or flight. This is what destroys the fight or flight, okay? And all you know is that your entire future and that of your children and everybody and your best friend and everybody, it all relies on what you do with this crap. But you don't really know anything yet. So you're like, man, I guess I got some work to do. And it sort of makes sense that it's going to be a lot of work, right? You want to be, you want to have superpowers and all that crap. But this is also why it should be really, really easy. Like, you would never have seen me break, even as a kid. I never broke. You look at me, I played the role like I was supposed to, okay? I always, feigned happiness and I was always smiling, and I was about as real as Tom Cruise in that video. And it works, because, the rest of Scientology, the Scientologists are just like that. So I never broke. But it doesn't mean I wasn't in huge trouble. Okay? They teach you how to do that. If not for their help, I would not have known how to do that, right? Like, all of this put together is what works, okay? And like, where are you going to run to? Like, every Scientologist that I ever knew belittled every other religion there is. Oh, that's just a trap. Every other Scientologist I ever knew, okay, would belittle every other religion. It's just a trap. That's for dum-dums with no confront, or people who want something without doing anything. But even when I was on lines, like my mom was really awesome and let me go to a 2-week camp in Catalina run by the YMCA, which is a Christian group, right? Or Catholic. I don't even know what the difference is. But anyway. And I went there 3 summers in a row. And, I was taught so diligently from Scientology that everything else is BS and just part of the trap, that I never ever thought about other religions. But guess what? When I was absolutely safe, no one could see me. Okay? More than a few times, I put my hands together, not even knowing what I'm doing. And I had no idea who I'm praying to. No clue. I didn't know if I was supposed to say Jesus or, so I just said to myself, God, help my family. And I promise I'll be good. And I sort of felt like it gave me a little bit of hope. It was like waking up, the day, like the night before Christmas. Like, you get up, you hope something changed. Like, the first time I saw, one of the cookies I put out for Santa, had a bite out of it. I was like, oh my God, he was here. So I was like, but then when nothing changed, I actually thought that God was mad at me for being in Scientology, right? Either that or I had the wrong address. Like, I wasn't praying right, wasn't getting to him. But I would combine that with just going to bed and making my dreams about having a normal life. And those few minutes of comfort was what I needed to bite down on the mouthpiece and take another day. And people aren't in a good mood quite often because, but they can say it's because of this, that, and the other thing, and they're getting handlings for it. And they're going into session, and you're going through rough stuff. So it's okay if once in a while you're this or that, but because you're trying to handle it, right? But I knew I wasn't handling anything except watching my family be destroyed. And I don't think anyone could be in Scientology and be online, I'm talking about. Because don't forget, most people, they don't have an org like this, right? They don't have ASHO and AOLA and CC, Celebrity Center. They don't have that. With the firecrackers, the Cracker Jacks, the best people they got. Most places were really small and just have a couple people who, probably don't have that much training, etc. So the pressure is so much greater, okay? Once again, I'm stopping talking when the transmission goes funny, okay? This way you don't miss anything. But yeah, they need everything that I did up to that point for this KSW to mean anything, to really take hold. And most Scientologists just do a few courses. They might call themselves a Scientologist for many years after, but they just don't go back. And it's because it's hard to get someone to do, the 3-4 courses you got to do before they can really put this on you. Okay? And if they stepped on the gas before this, it just wouldn't work. Magnus, you're absolutely right. LRH intended for Scientology to make slaves and money for them, so it works as intended. However, it does not work as he said it works. He lied to make slaves and money. That's absolutely true. Steve, welcome. The first commandment is no gods before me. We got Jesus, some got Muhammad, some got idolatry. It's all man's control, comply or die. Christians been giving 10% for years. Touchy subject, I know, no disrespect. Okay, I don't even know what you're talking about, but that's all good. Thank you, 420 girl. Yeah, it's funny. It's like the same thing that you would think makes it easier to ensnare me, youth. I didn't have enough tackle in my box. I didn't have enough issues, right? To make me lay down to this crap. Again, I'll stop talking when it breaks up, so don't worry, you're not going to miss anything. And but yeah, this is it's conditioning. That's all this is. Why do you have to do something 400,000 times so it becomes knee jerk? Why do they change the words on you? So you start thinking this way. Your mind starts becoming Scientological, if that makes sense. Um, and that's really gross. Let's see. So yeah, from this point forward, they're really able to once you finish KSW, that course, it's like you don't even have an excuse anymore. You're sort of left without even excuses. Once you finish KSW 1, you're left without excuses. Like, and I want everyone to check out that Tom Cruise video where he talks about KSW 1. Again, now that you know this and I've read this stuff, okay, it'll hit you different. And when you look in his eyes and see that psychosis, like, he is an actor, okay, and he is trying, like, he's acting like a highly trained Scientologist acts, because no one is that way. When you're home or chilling with your homies, you don't talk like that. Okay? Oh, CB, thanks for letting me know that. CB, thanks for letting me know that. And turn a little bit here. So, I have never, I've never seen anyone talk like that normally. It's, you have to try to, you have to recall, okay, I gotta be like this now. Like a normal person would say, humor her and we all die a little. The proper instruction attitude is you're here, so you're a Scientologist. But they would want you to say it like this is how Tom Cruise would say it. Humor her and we all die a little. The proper instruction attitude is you're here, so you're a Scientologist. Like everything has to just end with that foot in your ass, And, but I want you to take a look now that you know what you know, and you see that he's not just insane. I mean, obviously he's nuts, okay? But he's doing what he's supposed to do. That's how you're supposed to be. Have I ever met an SP? Oh my God. And it's so hard and it's so exhausting. I remember Laura FM and me talking about that for 2 seconds. It's so exhausting to be around that. Okay? And you got to sort of give what you're getting. So you sort of meet that. Or however someone is, you sort of meet it, And by the time you get home, like I say, you're just like, you look in the mirror and just say, who the hell are you? If my sister would have come to me and said, you know what, I'm shooting lasers out my eyes, I got Godzilla breath, and I can do this and that, I'd have said, let's go. Okay, let's do that. I'm back. Let's go. But it's all just fakery and not. It's almost like they know you're not going to get any wins at all, so they had to just slam this so hard at the beginning. There's nowhere to go. Ramona, how you doing? Tory saying the kids, they don't let, yeah, they don't. That's where the RPF people are like, that's someone's in there doing machine work, okay? Or there was no one in there, and that's why they were able to write that. But I'm afraid they probably had cameras, so I don't know. Put SPTV phone in the sand. What? You're right, Rachel. Tom Cruise is nuttier than a fruitcake. Yeah, like CB, good point. Little Davey talks like that too. And yeah, it's there's a cadence and a fake smile, and you're faking being uptone, which is really gross. I mean, being evil is disgusting. There's no doubt about it, okay? But the only thing, I mean, at least Darth Vader, didn't make excuses. He's like, I'm changing the deal. Pray I don't change it any further. You're like, oh shit, okay? Scientology is the ultimate covertly hostile group that's, ever lived. And there's, even though I was saying yesterday, yeah, I would say 80% of the people in that building are 100% victims, okay? And they don't know how to get out. They have no hope and they're fearful. And that's why they're following. Because don't forget, you only act a fool if you're fearful, okay? You only act a fool if you're fearful. That's why, Miscavige would send you to manual labor if you smelled a fart. It's because he wants you to know at any time, no matter what, the carpet can be pulled out from under you. So in other words, there's a reason to act that way. It's to spread fear. But I want and fear makes it really hard to do anything, to stay ahead, to make plans, right? It's just really difficult. And I don't blame anyone listening to this who's still in, who hasn't escaped yet, who wants to, because I understand what you're thinking. I understand what you're thinking. If this misses, you're finished. I completely understand that. It would take incredible courage to walk out of there and let the SPTV Foundation, take care of you. I get that. I'm in no way saying that's anything but massive. But I want you to know you have that power and a lot more. And you're worth it. We care about you. It's why we're here. It's why I'm talking. Okay? All you have to do is make that decision. You're not going to save the world. You know that. You don't have any of the gains they promised. They don't care about you. But we do. Okay? They'll put you on 24/7 watch and manual labor. We want to get you where you love yourself again. We want to get you where you love yourself again. Okay? I don't know what you wanted to do with your life, but I know you didn't want to waste it. Okay? And I absolutely appreciate and adore the fact that you were willing to give your life to help people, that you didn't even know. That might be the greatest thing ever, okay? And so I know it seems like you're taking a loss, but the only... ask yourself, have things gotten better or worse? No one ever gets better. Hi, Love Maddie. Hi, Dreamscape. So just imagine you're fearful and you have very little, if any, hope at all. Okay? You have $11 to your name and you don't know what to do. Understand how incredibly... Understand how incredibly scary that is, okay? That's why I'm saying, always think, are we approachable, okay, when we're protesting? Are we making sure that we're letting them know we love them, the good people, not the 2 out of 10 that are delivering the ass whoopings? Like I said, I got no love for anyone who did crappy stuff. If you made sure people were followed or their lives were ruined, you're a coward and you're a piece of crap. And I really don't care what happens to you. And I don't care who's okay with that. Everybody can kiss my entire ass when it comes to that. I don't care. That's my opinion, and I'll go to the grave with it. No one's going to change that. If you do lousy things to people, don't give me this "I had no choice" crap. Okay? You're a coward. That's when you stand up. Okay? So, I'm not saying it's too late for you. But I don't care about you. I'm going to help those people who are actually victims. Okay, who just wanted to make things better. And there's nothing I won't do for those people. Okay? And Love Maddie, thank you for understanding. That's exactly why I'm here. Okay? She says, what a beautiful day down in SoCal. I hope the Scientologists see it and realize they could be out enjoying it with a lot less stress if they were out of the cult. You're absolutely correct. I don't care if you're 60 years old and bad health, whatever, okay? It's not too late. And we desperately want to help you. And if all you had was, 6 months left, wouldn't you want it to be yours? It's been so long since most of those people have had. It's been so long since most of those people have had any reason to hope. I mean, we've got to be the first. This last few months has got to be the first time that they even. I mean, if I was them, I'd be like, well, first I want to make sure this thing sticks around a minute. Okay, I mean that's probably true. And then I'd want to be like, like I said, are we approachable? Is everyone screaming and yelling and scary? Because I'm not coming to them. And though I love people saying negative things about Scientology and screaming it all day long from the rooftops, I'm all for it. We need to mix in some, we love you, we care about you, you're worth it, you're important, we got you. I want to hear that too. Okay. So just ask yourself when you're watching, protests and stuff, are we doing it right? Well, we're doing a good job, but we can always tighten it up. We can always get better at this. And the reason why it's important now is because we're doing such a damn good job. Okay? And all we got to do, even a tiny leak, okay, will sink your boat. It just takes more time. Even a tiny leak will sink your boat if you give it enough time. And I think it just takes that one person with the strength. And I hope that's someone who's hearing me. Whether you hear me live or tomorrow or a month from now. If you're that person, you're not only saving yourself, but you're going to save a lot of other people. Because I promise you, if I was in that building, and like I said, my buddy left me a little note, on a matchbook that said, I'm out, homie. Love you. SPTV. You think I'm sticking around without him? He was the only reason, or her, was the only reason I was able to maintain it all. You lose that terminal, then I wouldn't be scared of anything. I'd say, the hell with it. Let's go. I'd be rappelling off the side of that building right into a DOA's van. Okay? But life is worth living, but not as a slave. If you were even helping a little, if you were even helping out a little bit, it'd be a different story. But no one gets the gains. It's complete nonsense. Nobody gets the gains. So you're not losing anything. Okay? The only thing you're going to lose, is you'll no longer be a part of, you'll lose the psychoses. And things get better. That's what I wish people could realize. Things get better quickly when you're not around those people. Okay? Things get better quickly. When I was in, I couldn't buy a friend. All of a sudden, I got out, and it was pretty damn easy. Love, Maddie. I think it's the disconnection that keeps so many in, sadly. That's absolutely true. That's absolutely true. But I mean, your plans are worthless if you're not a part of them, right? So at some point, you've already given it the time that, what else do you need? What else needs to be proven to you? Have you been treated with respect? Have you been cared for? Have you been loved? Has anyone given you a hug? None of those things are happening. Even though they train you to throw away your own family for Scientology. We all know it's not the thing to do. Um, so I would love if somehow we can let these people realize that there's no scenario where they're not better off getting out of there. And we will not fail you. Okay? We will not fail you. Mary Gregory, isn't a hug classified out 2D? Probably. And what does that show you, right? If you needed any... If you needed any more proof, there you go, right? The one sentence that LRH said, if it isn't true for you, it isn't true. When that's what you heard when you first came in. Was that true? Absolutely not. Do you owe someone who's lied to you and not delivered and treats you like crap and ensures your life is horrible? Of course not. Hey, Steve. Nice to see you. Look what these people are saying in the chat. See how they all love you? This is what you're going to get. I promise if you leave that place, you will be smiling cheek to cheek. There is no scenario where you're not going to be, 10 times happier than you are now. And then it only gets better rapidly. Rapidly. You're used to working 18-hour days. Okay? I mean, I'm not even kidding. You could collect cans and probably make $400 a week with the effort that you put in over there. So you don't have to be afraid of anything. Okay? You're going to pay your bills. Everything's going to be fine. You're going to learn, how to do what you don't know how to do. There's no Sea Org member who would have any trouble getting things the way they need to be, and we're going to make sure you get there. Okay, you're not going to go hungry. You're going to be safe. Your belly will be full, and you'll have a roof. Okay, and we'll get you on the right track. So, don't think for a second. All those things that you think are going to be tough, don't even worry about it. The only thing that you got to do is figure out how to get out of there. And it's just putting one foot in front of the next. I would literally tell someone I got to go to the bathroom and I'd be gone. Okay, so I mean, it's literally servitude. It's indentured servitude. This is not what you signed up for, And by just dedicating your life to help others would have made you happy, and that's why you did it. And you're not happy. Rachel F. The LAPD isn't going to do anything. They're in Scientology's pocket. I think only the feds level will. I think they all take checks. Okay, so I wouldn't look for any of those people to do anything. I just wouldn't. That's why there's the SPTV Foundation. Okay. And Magnus, ex-Sea Org members seem to do really well when they get out. That is no joke. Growing up in Hollywood, I had friends from everywhere on this planet, and I love the Thai community. Like, they come out here with, $42 with, 7 family members. Okay, got $40 between them when they land here. They all do whatever they got to do. Does not matter. Okay, menial gigs. They save every penny, and then they buy a tore up place, or at least lease a tore up place where they can all live and make sell donuts, in the bottom store that's 100 square feet. But next thing you know, because they all work like Sea Org members. My Thai friends' families, they literally work like Sea Org members. It takes them 2 years. Next thing you know, they got 3 donut shops, a bagel shop. They're killing it. Why? Because of their work ethic. Holy cow, I could take over the planet with a Sea Org work ethic. Okay? Fluffer Squirrel, I dedicate my life to helping others, and I'm happy doing it, and I'm free. It is totally possible and fulfilling. What a wonderful way to put it. And that's exactly what the Sea Org members wanted to do. That's what they wanted to do. Love Maddie says, you will learn to drive, how to manage your money, how to buy. How to buy groceries, etc. Lots and lots of people in the real world want to help you all. I would say the second you walk out of there, you just lessen, even though it seems like, oh my God, now the real work starts, believe me, your workload is going to be the easiest, making yourself back on top. Not only are you doing everything right now, but you're doing it the worst possible way, with no hope, with fear, with no love, no companionship, nothing. Okay? Imagine when you get out, okay, and you can count on people. They're not there to snitch you out, okay? And just you doing what you want to do, that alone, do you know what a mood changer that's going to be? Well, what I'm doing right now is a dream, okay, for most Sea Org members. You guys are going to see. I do whatever the hell I want. Hi, Gail. Pleasure to have you here. So like I say, I'm absolutely nothing special. I'm exactly the same as these people, okay, that need our help. Oh yeah, Justice, even if you don't have chalk right now, you can write anywhere. If I had a big stick, I could just write in the sand. Wouldn't that be cool? I should have brought one of those little shovels from, yeah. I think I could put that 727 in here with a little shovel. Hi, Gail. But since everyone got in this and dedicated themselves because it was such an amazing cause, right? Clearing the planet, saving the universe, all that. Everyone got involved to save the universe and all that stuff. It's not going to happen. I mean, literally, there are not enough clears. Scientology couldn't clear the Miracle Mile. Okay, so really, you're doing nothing. You're not going to lose anything. There are no gains. There is no special nothing. And if there was, you ain't getting it. Okay, it's time to pack your bags. And the good news is, you probably have nothing to pack. Just grab your nuts and get the hell out of there. I'm sure a lot of you saw that barbecue last night. Okay? How many of you wanted to go get a burger and just hear some laughter and be a part of that, right? Those friendships. I've been in this a week now, right? And I already feel like selfless. I feel like Selfless Self and DOA have been friends of mine for, 20 years. Hi, Cinderella. Beautiful beach. Thank you. Do you think Scientology can be infiltrated? Sure. For $50. But it doesn't need to. We've all been through it, It couldn't be more infiltrated than Aaron and Natalie and Laura and Serge and me and Nora. I mean, that's that's infiltrated. Okay, we know what's up. But the point is, they're just, like I said, it's all fear. You just get out of manual labor to go sleep in the most uncomfortable bed ever. I mean, that stuff's hard enough to do when you're 25. Forget 55. You guys should see. I mean, that's hard enough to do at 25. At 55, and I know Natalie would agree with this, I got everything you could buy for a bed to make it the highest, fluffiest, most comfortable thing. If I fell out of bed, I might get hurt. I mean, Hi, Magnus. Eric, sorry, I forgot how long since you left Sinai. Well, I mean, I was born in it, and then basically I had to shut my mouth until my sister died, so that I couldn't end up hurting her. It always was tough to do, but at the same time, not really, because I love her too much. So, again, the only time I like, if I was, it's just a totally different scenario, because like my dad really wasn't doing anything. My mom, knew it was crap. My sister knew it was crap, but she still had to work with Scientologists, the only people she knew really. And she had built up so much respect and love, and so many people adored her. But I just didn't want to make things any tougher, and But I know what it's like to feel like you have absolutely no family. I know what it's like to feel like you have no support and like no one's listening. Believe me, I know. Um, I know what it's like to be sad for, 1,000 days. I know what it's like to fake the funk for 1,000 days. Um, all those things I've been reading to you guys and, telling you guys, I went through it all. Um, and um, yeah, with that work ethic and focus and intention. That's the other thing too. You're not going to be. Don't forget, you're not going to be using any Scientology tech when you walk out that door. Okay, so guess what? Even if I left you to your own devices and said, just do whatever you feels right, things are going to go swimmingly. Things are going to be, your stats will be out of control. You couldn't even graph this crap. Okay, you'd have to put one page on top of the next. That's how well things are going to go when there's not people literally making sure you drown. If you're in trouble, Scientology, throws you an anvil. If you're in the water, if you're drowning, they'll throw you an anvil. You don't even know what it's like for someone to come in and get you, and then and make sure you're okay. And how many lies are enough? Like every word I ever heard out of that church. I mean, I went to so many of these LRH birthday events, right? So many, all this crap, 5-6 events a year. Not one word is true. And I remember my family even commenting, like when we were driving home, and they go, like, what? Like some of that stuff was just wacky. Like, even if you want to believe, if you know what's in the Way to Happiness book, you can't just airdrop some of those and then things change. Nothing good happens. Yeah, you're right, Love Maddie, 100%. Anytime leaders feed you fear all the time, run the other way. I have absolutely no doubt things are going to go very, very well for anyone who leaves. And believe me, if things didn't, I'd be the first to tell you. I'm a man of conviction. I might not always be close to right, but you know what? There's some things I don't cross, and I think that allows me to speak on them. I never want to hear someone's opinion who hurt others. We'll get to you after we've gotten everybody else out. Just like Scientology says, they'll help the able get more able. Like, anyone who really needs help doesn't get any, right? Well, welcome to your overt, motivator sequence. COB, I always thought it should be called SOB. I even think, what was this, Eric? Have you help with all you've gone through? Yeah, it has. Have you sought help with all you've gone through? It's a hell of a lot that you went through. I do hope this last week of speaking your truth has helped. It has. Unbelievably so. Unbelievably so. Yeah. Thursday at 2 or this. Okay. That wind will be too loud that way. I think I gotta go this way. Okay. But no, I've never gotten like professional help to answer your question. I mean, I think this is professional help. Don't forget, I haven't been twisted for a long time. I've just been a victim. You know, I had to deal with the fallout. I was a victim. That's how I look at it. You know, they destroyed my family, so and took an enormous amount of money. So they did it perfectly. But I'm also like an optimistic guy, and you can be that way when you're not in that. I think we're all naturally optimistic, you know, because it's only when you're fearful. But this might be the first time I've ever seen with my own eyes Scientology just take these irrevocable losses, okay? Everybody, every single day is seeing, you know, that drinking game silver van. The drinking game silver van go from AOLA 30 yards to the parking lot. Hiding, you know, ducking under desks after you've been seen. Oops. Okay. Having a building with 300 windows and every last one is shuttered. And then you got a welcome sign. Come in and see for yourself. It's opaque as hell. I don't even know if you can walk in any of them places. I don't even know. But no one is. Nobody. You know, but if you had to make that decision today, do you lose your life there, okay? Or do you start your life under your own rules? We know what you would do, okay? And if anyone deserves a break, it's a Sea Org member. I mean, if anyone deserves a break. You know, you'll be like this walking down the beach with your friends. People you can count on. Laughing. Controlling whatever it is you do, feel, say, think. Michelle, no, I don't.
We're not even talking about it.
Oh, let me put it this. Let me see. Okay, here's the sun. Nice. I love it. It feels fantastic. Magnus, now with YouTube live streaming, Scientology shows how crazy and destructive it is every day on multiple channels. Isn't that amazing? And that's why I'm trying to do something a little different anyway. I mean, I don't really believe that one more person, I mean, I'm still going to go there and write all over the damn street, right? And I'll still do that. But, there's already 13 streamers doing it, so I think they're in pretty good shape, Of course, I can take the earlier shift because I can't stay awake. I had some blackened mahi last night and a couple Pacificos, and I was snoring balls. I was last night was blackened mahi fresh, and from the farmer's market. Couple Pacificos. Started snoring balls on the couch, and it took all I had to get up and go to bed, so I could come out here the next day. But yeah, I can't even. I got an invite to I didn't know anything about the barbecue, by the way. I mean, I know DOA does it all the time. But like I said, it's, I'm an early, I'm up at 5 a.m., and then I work so early. Get that out of the way. What does this say? Oh, I didn't see that Paris. I think, actually, the Paris opening, yeah, well, I was saying, didn't they close it? So Paris had an opening at this... Paris had an opening at the same time as they closed Celebrity Center, and shouldn't SOB be declared for shutting that down per LRH? I mean, he doesn't even make up something like he used to make up. I found some chicken scratch on a pair of LRH's socks, that said whatever, and then. William and Otto and the rest convinced themselves that what they're doing is for the greatest good. I don't know, are those security guards Sea Org members, or are they just paid public security? I don't know. Does anyone know? Anyone have any clue about that? Throw them in the RPF. Oh my God, you just saw a Scientology post on Facebook. Hi Deja805, thanks for being here. I just saw a side post on Facebook, an ad to get children to do purifs over the summer. Oh my Lord. Oof. I think they hired some outside people. Yeah, because I mean, if they're not, let's see. Fluffer Squirrel said, I think they hired some outside or upper management work. Okay. I know Otto knows Tori from, oh, wow, okay. They're in. Okay, at least Otto is. Laura was walking and talking with him at Easter. Said she's known him since, wow, okay. Oh my gosh, poor guy. Deja, no, I'm not on any, I've never been on any kind of social media ever. I like spending time doing what I'm doing. I don't really take much time to look back, and especially the stuff that ain't worth looking back. But yeah, that's why I wanted to come out with just a different way of doing this, and just give you guys my opinion. And like I said, this is all healing for me at the same time as I'm hoping to reach people who know I'm not. It's always easier to take advice from people who have been in the same trenches, And I know what you gain when you're no longer involved in Scientology, and it's called your life. Ultimate sleep. Your voice would be your voice would be great for play-by-play baseball announcer. CB, you're right. Laura's fantastic. Let's call him SOB from now on, Maddie. No more COB. SOB. Curveball for a strike. Open source advocate, thanks for stopping by. Just wanted to stop by to say wishing you peace, happiness, and love, Eric. Thank you so much. BS Incinerator Nation. The end of Scientology is near, and I can think of no better way to conduct your healing. Oh, that's so nice. Thank you. Thank you, Ultimate Sleep. Oh, CB, don't worry. I'm definitely going back. Like I said, I'll definitely, put in time there, but I think we got to use our heads and just see what can we do to be as effective as possible, right? I mean, that blue building is in real good hands with Streets and Chris, DOA. DOA, Jessica, Chris, Eric, all those people were amazing, and I just think I have a little different plan. That's all that I think is needed. Oh, Mace Kingsley. God, I haven't heard that name in forever, Maddie. Oh, God, I remember. That's a hellhole. Oh, Lord. God, I haven't heard that since early 80s. Oh, my God. There was one of those out here, I thought. They do purists on children, plus pretty much anything adults get. Oh, Lord. They even have toddlers go there. Oh, brutal. So be it is. Yeah. Let that be a new rule for Incineration Nation. Whenever you write SOB, everyone knows that's COB, right? So let's just write SOB. CB. Big Blue is such a sad and depressing place. Streets hates going there. So, I love that guy. Yeah, so, think about how I like it. I hate that place. I mean, just being there as much as I have in this last week, like I said, it's been rough. I need a buffer. Just so gross. But, I mean, at the same time, I'm willing to go through whatever pain I have to if I'm helping somebody. But I had no idea Mace Kingsley was still going. Wow-wee. That's incredible. Yeah, what a psycho place. And that's what always, think about Scientology, right? We know, like, you know about so much of the awful stuff that goes on there. Imagine the stuff that I don't know, right? Like, I didn't know people were, the top of the food chain. I never thought that the top of the food chain would get treated like that too. So there's really no reason for this place to still be going. If you can get to the very top and that's how they treat you, why would you think anything's okay anywhere? If the people at Gold Base have to, jump in moving cars to get out of there, why would someone who's on a low post, think anything, have any reason to believe things would ever get better? And don't get caught up into any of those other I gotta say, to me, some of the craziest people on this planet are the independent Scientologists. I think that's what they're called. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's just screwed. They say it's, just screwed up because of SOB. But the tech is worthless. Absolutely worthless. If you think you have those gains from Clear, wait till we get on that. Okay, wait till we get on that. We got a long way to go, people. Wait till we get on that. COP. What is? Hi. What does that say? Seaglin. Thanks for stopping by. COB is an SOB for sure, but LRH was no better. That's who started it all. DM. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I agree. I see LRH as a, failed black magic psychopath, drug-addled psychopath. Only do what you can. This stuff is all new and overwhelming. You're not signed in now, so you can do things your own way according to what you can handle. No more suffering. Yeah, Deja, I'm always shocked when people leave because of DM, but keep practicing the tech. That blows me away. Blows me away. CB, the craziest are who? You've gotten a bit more laggy and windy. The people who still practice Scientology, they think that the tech is good. It's just that SOB messed it up. I mean, that's 1 plus 5 equals 16. Like I said, the only tech, and it's not tech, the only thing that ever will help you in all of Scientology are the completely common sense things, right, that everybody knows, that has nothing to do with Scientology. Have you guys seen that many of the people in the Nation of Islam have you guys seen many of the people in the Nation of Islam are not happy about it. It's just that the big dog took the check, right? But the people in it are not happy about it. I agree with you, Maddie, 100%. Is the wind really loud? Because I'm thinking maybe I should turn the other way. Are you still hearing the wind? So anyway, I think you guys now see, I was trying to sort of start with the question that's asked most often, which is, how is it possible to get sucked into this? How do people get sucked into this? How come they don't leave? How is anyone that dumb? How does this stuff work on anybody? You can see it's intricate. It's clever, and it's total. So, I think I've covered that pretty well. And we'll move forward. But yeah, it's weird. I've had a hard time even wanting to. I mean, when I'm with like Selfless or DOA or something, at least I have that positivity with me. When I'm just there by myself, even though I got you guys in my corner, it's still tough. It's still tough. The place is just so gross, you know. It's like, I don't know. And I haven't been there one time, you know, in the last 30 years. Magnus, everything that works in Sciento was stolen from elsewhere. Everything unique. It's a piece of crap. Yeah. Complete lies. Exactly. I'm really, really surprised, though, that anyone was ever able to read Dianetics and get anything out of it. I mean, that might be the worst written book in the history of mankind. Diabetics. Thanks for stopping by, Kate. I'm sorry for everything you went through. Love the PTS is real. Yeah. Like I said, it's this past week has been incredibly therapeutic. I feel like I'm able to take all this worthless crap in my head and somehow make it important and valuable to people so they can avoid it. And I think it's a lot easier when it's broken down, because it's a really hard question to answer in a sentence, right? Why is this scam successful? I mean, it's really hard to answer that in a sentence or two. Oh, Magnus, you got it. I'd love to go to Sweden. Absolutely. Yeah, those ads used to be all over the place. Remember, those Dianetic billboards. Got milk? Page 42, Oh, yeah. Did you guys get that? Did any of you guys watch the, and I don't blame you if you didn't, because I don't blame you at all, but Aaron put up, like, the audio for the LRH birthday event, and that's really valuable to see just how insane everything is, but he said it was back on the New back to number 1 on the New York Times bestseller list. Diuretics. Thank you, Kate. I appreciate you. Oh, wow. Sorry about that, Maddie. That's brutal. Whew. Cults all operate the same way. They really do. I think, like I said, I think Scientology hit it out of the park. I think it's an absolute home run when it comes to mind control. I've never seen any mind control this effective without, physicality attached to it, no matter what. I really believe as soon as a couple people leave, it's just gonna be nuts. There's gonna be no stopping it. And like I said, on the way out, everyone can pull a couple levers, do a couple things, and next thing you know, I mean, there's no one there now. They cannot afford this. All SOB has ever done is just make up ridiculous nonsense. Or he doesn't make it up, but, spout ridiculous nonsense. And don't worry, even when there's no one left, you don't think for a second, just like, listen, I grew up, a block away from the studios. Like I used to literally walk over, because they were dying for people. They needed people desperately. And I'd go see like Love Connection and all that kind of stuff filmed, right? Like 3 episodes in a row because it was free. I had nothing to do. But they would, all these things, the Tonight Show, all that stuff, they got to bus in people because no one gives a crap. And don't think Scientology won't do that either. So there'll be no one left in Scientology but Rathbun and SOB. I promise you, they'll still bus in, 2,000 people to Flag, and he'll do his, birthday nonsense. He'll do his birthday nonsense. But it's just to keep the real estate scam going. That's all this is. No one cares. He doesn't care. No one cares about Scientology, even SOB. Did you guys see, though, if you listen to that LRH birthday event, where he says they got the org board, all good now, because there was a bunch of crap on it that shouldn't have been there. Yet it all got there under his watch. Oh, he should have just punched himself in the face. There's all this crap that shouldn't be there, but it got there on my watch. And then we got a streamlined org board. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's Scientology is literally hitting the iceberg. I think Denver, Portland, all those places, Austin, they would all have massive troubles, even if AO and Clearwater and ASHA were doing fantastic, okay? But the fact that they're all suffering, I mean, I can easily see a day where SOB decides to literally move everything to Clearwater. So he'll just say, this is where you got to come, period. Because it's the only way the scam just not going to... You can't have 37 ideal orgs. You can't have 37 ideal orgs, with 6 people in there apiece. It's absurd. And, he's been saying that the growth is exponential for 30 years now? Yet you look around and there's nobody. I mean, if you have to be able to see this is just completely Orwellian at this point. Up is down, down is up, black is white. I don't know what got... Michelle, I don't know what got Shelly into trouble, actually. I mean, her taste in men obviously got her into trouble. Kate grew up in HB. Cool. I don't blame you, Sue. It was rough for me, but listening to him talk about the org board, it was just hysterical. Yeah, like I say, SOB could have, pallets full of Dynetics books, with $20 bills attached to them. And I don't think you're going to have any luck with the Latino community for any length of time. Fluffer, yeah, Clearwater is a ghost town too. That's what it looks like, but I thought, but they still have. But Fluffer, don't they still have, like, I heard Aaron say they have 2,000 Sea Org members or something? So, I mean, you can still make that look impressive, right? Never in my wildest dreams would I have thought I'd ever see Berendo, because it ain't LRH Way. It's freaking Berendo. Just so you guys know, by the way, that street doesn't keep going. It's just that one street, this LRH Way, okay? When you go one block down, because Berendo keeps going, and it's Berendo right away. It's just that one street, okay? And people who are still in, ask yourself this, okay? If LRH didn't break his back and wasn't blinded in the Navy, which he wasn't, he was like pigeon-toed and had bad breath or something. It was, a toothache. He had literally no issue. If he had no issue, which he did, then this whole thing is bullshit. You don't have to go any further than that. This whole thing is an absolute joke. Look into it. He was in jail on the day he was one of those days he was supposed to be in at the hospital or whatever. He got arrested on Hollywood Boulevard in a scuffle when he was supposed to have a broken back. So it's all BS. Well, how come everyone's dying of cancer? If only one OT died of cancer in 30 years, you could say, okay, his ethics were out or some kind of crap. You could justify it somehow. But everybody dies of cancer. All the OT, everyone OT, okay? One person, show me, where they don't croak like everybody else. Just broker. Oh, Fluffer and Squirrel, that's so good. I don't know if that was the count before everyone fired home. Oh, that's so good. I also have a strong belief they count body thetans as individual members. That makes perfect sense. Oh, that's so good. And Kate, I go from sad to angry and back. Like you should. That makes perfect sense. Thanks for being here, Sue. Have a wonderful day. I really appreciate you. Power lies to paralyze. Long-term exposure to low-level electric via the E-meter is causing the cancer. Well, I've also heard these massive doses of on the Purif of what you call it, is also a serious problem. Of the niacin. You know, on the pure, if they'll get you 20, 30, 40, 50,000 milligrams of niacin a day. I've heard that's some serious problems too. All right. I think I'm going to wrap this up and catch me a little power nap here. It's a gorgeous day. Anyone else have anything they want me to address before I call it G? Take the G to the O to the O to the D. It seems like only beautiful places have unstable connections to the internet. But 420 girl, thanks so much for being here. I did a 3-hour one, Amy. That was crazy. It's my pleasure. I can't tell you how much I appreciate you guys. You're just awesome. And we will catch up again and keep moving on this thing. Let's see. They still count me as... You've been out 44 years. I love it. Got 3 calls in 3 days. Oh, Lord. Oh. You know what? Being on the beach just makes me nap. Like, I guess it's just having the sun just cranking on me. Thank you so much, Ace Lover. Send them the SPTV Foundation info. That might stop the mail. I love it. Thank you, Amy. Thank you, Ramona. Love, Maddie. All you guys are just awesome. All right, keep being kind to everybody, and everyone give themselves a pat on the back for being a part of this, because you're all why this is happening. You're why I'm here. Okay, I wouldn't be talking to a void, believe me. You guys impress the hell out of me. I don't even understand how you guys have such amazing knowledge, but imagine how this is going to go now. You guys are going to really understand this crap when I'm done with you. Recorded the calls from... Oh, wow. They did? Thank you, Kate. Yeah, Amy, that's what I'm saying. It's hard to... My eyes are just are shutting. Hi, Lana. Oh, hey, Lana, you asked me about going... Yeah, I didn't see that till later. But yeah, like I said, I mean, I'm up at 5 in the morning. I'm single. I'm up at 5 in the morning. And then my cat... I'm up at 5 in the morning and my cats are roaring. I get work done. And then decide where I'm going to go cruise and talk to you folks. So, but you guys know I'll be catching up with you tomorrow. So, be safe, be well, and I can't tell you how awesome you guys are. I'm neurodiverse. Could talk for hours about this, but couldn't tell you where my keys are. Well, don't worry. You got the same memory as Everclear. Oh yeah, Solana. Let me know when there's a barbecue that starts at about. Let me know when there's a barbecue that starts at like 3. Thank you guys. I have family exposing and speaking out. Oh, cool. Oh, wow. Okay. Excellent. I lived in Malibu for a couple of weeks and met a ton of crappy people. I didn't like it, but Power Lies. Okay. Ace, thank you. Thank you. Okay. We're going to call that good, and I love you guys, and I will see you soon. Okay. Bye now.